Book summary: Atomic Habits by James Clear. Did you know that habits can either serve as a launchpad to success or a trapdoor to failure? A thought-provoking question to ponder, isn't it? This very question, starkly simple yet profoundly complex, forms the cornerstone of the illuminating book, Atomic Habits, authored by James Clear. The title, Atomic Habits, might strike some as peculiar. What does atomic mean in this context? Well, atomic here is not a reference to the domain of nuclear physics. Instead, it is an illustrative term used to describe habits that are as minuscule yet as powerful as atoms. It's all about the small, potent changes that can be instrumental in shaping our lives. The emphasis is on the incremental improvements that Clear believes can unlock the pathway to tremendous success. Clear's work is a study in depth, exploring the nuances of habit formation and their role in individual growth. His argument is simple yet highly effective. Habits are not about sudden, monumental changes or dramatic metamorphosis. Rather, they involve small but steady steps that are taken consistently. It's like adding drops of water to a bucket daily rather than trying to fill it in one go. Consider this: if we improve ourselves by a small fraction, say just 1% each day for an entire year, we stand to be 37 times better by the year's end. This might sound almost too good to be true, but it is backed by the solid logic of compound interest. Small improvements can snowball over time, leading to extraordinary results. The book is not just about theory, though. It's packed with practical advice, strategies, and tools on how to embed these tiny atomic habits into our daily routines. Clear sheds light on how to break free from negative habits and cultivate positive ones that can propel us towards our goals. He stresses the importance of creating an environment conducive to good habits, the significance of staying patient and persistent, and the power of celebrating small wins. Throughout the book, Clear presents compelling case studies, intriguing anecdotes, and cutting-edge research findings to validate his arguments. He delves into the science of habit formation and alteration, demystifying the complex mechanics behind why we do what we do. The narrative is engaging and thought-provoking. Evaluate their habits. In essence, the book is a guide to harnessing the transformative power of habits. It's about recognizing that even the smallest, most insignificant habits can have a profound influence on our lives. It's about understanding that the journey to success isn't necessarily about massive leaps, but about small, consistent steps. It's about knowing that the secret to becoming better isn't about radical changes, but about minor adjustments made consistently. So, next time you catch yourself dismissing a small habit as trivial, remember this: every tiny action, every small decision, every little habit can yield profound results over time. Remember, even the tiniest habits can have the most profound. Imagine if you could manipulate your habits to serve you. Well, you can with the 4 laws of behavior change. These principles are detailed in the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, a treatise that provides a comprehensive guide on habit formation and change. The laws are clear and straightforward. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. The first of these 4 laws, make it obvious, is a principle rooted in enhanced awareness and perception. It's about identifying the habits you wish to change or implement, focusing on behavioral patterns that are so ingrained in our routines that we often overlook them. An example of this would be your reading habits. If you're looking to cultivate a habit of reading more, make it obvious by placing books in various locations throughout your home. The sight of these books serves as a visual cue, reminding you of your commitment to read more. Moreover, placing books around you creates an environment conducive reading, which is an integral part of the make it obvious principle. By integrating these visible reminders into your surroundings, the habit you are trying to create becomes part of your immediate reality, not just a distant goal. This makes the transition from intention to action significantly easier. The second law, make it attractive, is about altering your perspective to find joy or value in your desired habit. It suggests transforming the process of habit change into an attractive pursuit rather than a burdensome task. This could mean finding a genre of books that captivates you or a subject matter that you genuinely enjoy learning about. It's about creating an intrinsic motivation that pulls you towards the habit rather than feeling pushed. The third law, make it easy, is centered on the concept of starting small and gradually building up to more significant changes. This approach combats the intimidation often associated with substantial changes. If you want to start running, for instance, you might only run for 5 minutes each day. This seemingly insignificant routine minimizes resistance, making it more likely for the habit to stick. Over time, these small increments can have a considerable cumulative effect on your overall health and fitness. The last of these 4 laws, make it satisfying, is about creating a positive feedback loop that reinforces the habit. This could involve identifying immediate rewards that make the habit enjoyable or satisfying. For example, find healthy foods that not only contribute to your health, but are also delicious and rewarding to eat. These immediate rewards provide a sense of satisfaction that reinforces the habit formation process. They serve as a reminder of the progress you're making, the pleasure associated with the habit, and the positive outcomes that come as a result, making the habit itself more enticing to maintain. Remember, the journey to habit change is not a sprint, but a marathon. It's about consistent effort and incremental progress. It's about understanding that small steps, when taken consistently, can lead to tremendous overtime. With these 4 laws, you have the power to shape your habits, and what if there was a golden rule to habit change? Guess what? There is. This golden rule is, in fact, not a new concept, but a timeless principle that has been around for centuries. It's a rule that's deeply rooted in psychological studies and human behavior analysis. It's about changing the core mechanics of our habits, rather than merely trying to eliminate them. It's about substitution, not extinction. Think of it like this. Imagine you have a dragon. This dragon represents your bad habit, and it's something you've been battling against, for a long time. Now, most people think the solution is to slay the dragon, to kill the bad habit once and for all. But that's not how it works, according to the golden rule, is to transform the dragon, to turn it from something harmful into something beneficial. Take smoking, for example. Let's say you're trying to quit this bad habit. The typical advice would be to stop lighting up cigarettes, to extinguish the urge each time. But the golden rule suggests a different approach. Instead of trying to extinguish the habit of smoking, you substitute it with something gum or sipping water. The idea is that whenever you feel the urge to smoke, you engage in this new habit instead. This way, you're not denying yourself something, you're just choosing to do something that's healthier. To apply this golden rule, there are 4 important laws of behavior change that you need to consider. The first law is identifying the triggers of your bad habits. These triggers are the cues that prompt you to engage in the habit. It could be stress, boredom, times of the day. Identifying these triggers can help you understand when and why you're most likely to indulge in your bad, and can provide a starting point for your substitution strategy. The second law is making the new habit attractive. The more appealing the new habit is, the more likely you are to choose it over your bad habit. This could involve associating or making it a part of a routine that you enjoy. The third law is making it easy. Remove any obstacles that could prevent you from carrying out the new habit. This could be arranging your environment in a way that supports the new habit, or reducing the in performing it. The fourth law is seeking immediate rewards. Humans are motivated by instant gratification, so the quicker you can feel the benefits of your new habit, the more likely you are to stick with it. This could involve celebrating small victories or finding ways to make the habit enjoyable in the moment. Remember, the ultimate goal of the golden rule is not to eliminate a bad habit, but to replace it with a better one. You're not trying to deny yourself something, you're just choosing a different path, a healthier path. So, the golden rule of habit change is not about stopping a bad habit, but substituting it with something healthier. Changing a bad habit is not about stopping, but about substituting. Who you believe you are has a profound impact on your habits. This is a truth that many of us often overlook in our daily lives. We tend to concentrate on the external factors that shape our lives, forgetting the internal dynamics that drive our actions. Or the view we have about ourselves inevitably shapes our behavior and more our habits. The essence of our identity is tightly knit with our habits. They are more than just simple actions or routines we repeatedly follow. They are fundamental characteristics that define us, that make us who we are. They are the mirror that reflects our inner selves, showcasing our personality, our beliefs, and our aspirations. Aspirations. Each habit is like casting a vote for the kind of person you think you are. It's of your identity, a validation of your personality, an endorsement of your what if this self-perception is flawed? What if our own view about ourselves is preventing us from reaching our full potential, from achieving our dreams, from becoming who we truly want to become? This is where the problem arises. Our self-perception can sometimes hinder our positive habits or even encourage negative ones. We might see ourselves as lazy, undisciplined, or uncreative, which in turn can foster unhealthy or unproductive habits. However, by changing this self-perception, we can foster habits. This is not an easy process by any means. It requires deep introspection, a willingness to challenge our ingrained beliefs, and the courage to step out of our comfort zone. For instance, instead of seeing yourself as a procrastinator, reframe your identity as someone who viewing yourself as disorganized. Perceive yourself as someone values order and structure. Instead of considering yourself a couch potato, see yourself as someone who enjoys physical activity and the outdoors. This shift in self-perception can gradually lead to a transformation in your habits. Each habit-desired identity is a vote for that version of yourself. It's like redesigning your life, bit by bit, through small but significant changes in your habits. It's about consciously that reflect who you want to be, rather than who you think you are. It's about empowering yourself to become the person to be. To transform your habits, you must first adjust your underlying self-beliefs. This is a crucial step, and perhaps the most challenging one. Beliefs are deeply rooted within us, formed over years' interactions and learnings, changing time, and most importantly, a strong conviction in the change you want to bring about. So ask yourself, who do I want to become? What kind of person do I aspire, and which ones do I need to abandon to become that person? This self-reflection is an integral part of the transformation process. It's the first step towards changing your habits, and consequently changing your life. Change starts from within. Change you believe you are, and your habits will follow. Your identity is not fixed in stone. It's fluid, evolving. The key is in your hands. Unlock a new identity, a new you, by changing your self-perception and aligning your habits with it. The power to change. Want to make a habit stick? Make it easy and stack it up. Let's dive deeper into the knowledge-filled realm of habit formation and maintenance, discussing the innovative concepts of the 2-minute rule and habit stacking, both of which are extensively explored in the profoundly insightful book, Atomic Habits. Picture this. You're an avid lover of literature who yearns to read more, to immerse yourself in the enthralling world of words more frequently. However, the sheer idea of this goal appears daunting and overwhelming due to the significant time and effort it seems to demand. Well, fear not, because we have an effective solution to your dilemma, the 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule is a simple yet powerful concept that urges individuals to start by devoting a mere 2 minutes to their desired habit each day. In your case, you start with 2 minutes of reading per day. This strategy might appear trivial in the grand scheme of things, but its potency lies in its simplicity. By reducing the perceived magnitude of the new habit, it becomes significantly less intimidating and more approachable. This makes initiating a habit remarkably easy and hassle-free. But what happens after the 2-minute interval? Do you stop and wait until the next day to continue, or do you push yourself to go further? The answer depends on you. The 2-minute rule isn't about limiting your actions to just 2 minutes. Instead, it's about breaking down the psychological barriers that hold you back. After the first 2 minutes, you may find that you want to continue reading simply because you're already engaged in the activity. Now let's move on to the next strategy. Habit stacking involves associating or pairing a new habit with an existing one. For instance, let's say you're someone who cherishes their morning cup of coffee. To make your new reading habit stick, you can stack it with your coffee drinking ritual. By doing this, your existing habit, drinking coffee, acts as a cognitive trigger for your new habit, reading, making it easier to remember and incorporate into your daily routine. These two strategies are like two sides of the same coin. They complement each other perfectly, working in synergy to simplify the often complex process of habit formation. They make the journey less about implementing drastic, overnight changes and more about making smart, strategic choices that gradually lead to significant improvements. Furthermore, these strategies are versatile. They're not just useful for creating new habits, they're equally effective when it comes to breaking bad ones. By identifying negative habits and replacing them with positive ones, you can effectively rewire your habits to enhance your overall well-being. To conclude, remember, the easier a habit is to start, the more likely it is to stick. And the more habits you stack, the more ingrained they become. So don't hesitate to start small and stack up, because every step you take, no matter how tiny, is a step. Keep track of your habits and hold yourself accountable. That's the key to habit consistency. The journey towards consistency is not an easy one, but it's one that begins with understanding our patterns, our behaviors, and our tendencies. Habit tracking plays an integral role in this journey. It is our guiding compass in our quest to forge the habits we desire. An instrument in and of itself, habit tracking provides a tangible way to evaluate our progress. It's not just a tool, but an ally. Its role is not just to record, but to motivate. It grants us the power to see our own progress in real time and gives us the chance to celebrate our small victories. Every checkmark that we add on our tracker is an acknowledgement of our tenacity, a salute to our perseverance, and a medal of honor for each tick on our habit tracker is not just a mark on a piece of paper or a digital screen, but a tangible win. These victories, however minuscule they might seem, are the building blocks of our confidence and the fuel that drives us towards transformation. However, it's important to recognize that while habit tracking is an absolutely vital tool, it is not a standalone solution. It requires a partner in crime, a companion to reach the finish line. This partner is accountability. It may not be as glamorous or as readily celebrated, but it is equally important. Think for a moment of a tightrope walker. Each step is calculated, breath is measured. Accuracy and precision are not just wanted, but needed. Imagine now that underneath this tightrope walker, there is a safety net. This safety net is accountability. It's there to catch us when we falter, to hold us when we wobble, and to remind us that it's okay to stumble. Accountability could come in various forms. It could be a friend who doesn't just cheer you on from the sidelines, but also nudges you when you're off track. It could who doesn't just instruct, but also guides. It could be a group that doesn't only offer community, but also challenge and encouragement. Accountability is not about punishment. It's about growth. It's not about penalizing failure, but about incentivizing improvement. When we miss a day, the purpose is not to berate ourselves for the mistake, but to remind ourselves to get back on track. When we receive a call from our accountability partner, not a reprimand, but a prompt to reassess, realign, and restart. Embrace this beautiful combination. Allow the power of habit tracking and the strength of accountability to work together. Let them guide you, motivate you, and steer you towards the formation of habits that serve you. They are not competing forces, but complementary ones. They are not just tools, but partners in your journey towards self-improvement. With habit tracking and accountability, you're not just practicing habits. Now that you know the secrets of atomic habits, it's time to apply them in your everyday life. Understanding these intricacies of personal growth and transformation is the first step towards a better, more productive you. It's time we delve deeper into the practicality of these atomic habits and how you can effectively incorporate them into your routine. Let's take a moment to highlight 3 key points, 3 pillars if you will, that form the basis of this transformative journey. These points don't just act as guiding lights, but as checkpoints to make sure you're on the right path towards immense growth and progress. Our first point of focus is to recognize and acknowledge the formidable power of habits. It's important to understand that habits, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, hold the potential to bring about extensive changes in your life. Small yet consistent changes can yield surprisingly big results. This is because these tiny habits compound over time, leading to significant transformation. Consider the simple act of reading a few pages daily. While it might not seem like much on its own, if you maintain this habit day after day, you'll realize the course of a year, you've read several books. This is a testament to the astounding impact of small, consistent steps towards a bigger goal. The second key point pertains to the 4 laws of behavior change, a set of rules designed to help you alter your habits effectively. These laws aren't merely theoretical concepts, they're practical tools that you can utilize daily. Take the case of staying hydrated. To drink more water, make the process obvious. Keep a water bottle at your desk, make it attractive. Buy a bottle that appeals to your aesthetic preferences. Make it easy, have water readily available, and make it satisfying. Feel the immediate benefit of hydration. The third and final key point is the strategic replacement of habits. Instead of attempting to eradicate a bad habit, which is often a challenging task, aim to replace it with a healthier one. For instance, swap mindless phone scrolling, which can often lead to hours of unproductive time, with reading a book. This not only eliminates the impact of the bad habit, but also brings about the positive effects of a good one. These 3 pillars of atomic habits, along with the other principles we've discussed, lay the foundation for transforming your life. The power to create a profound change in your life lies in your hands. It's up to you to harness this power and use it to your advantage. Remember, habit change is a gradual process, not an overnight transformation. Start with small steps, be consistent in your efforts, and don't be disheartened progress. The journey towards significant change is often filled with challenges, but it's these challenges that make the journey worthwhile. Embrace the process, learn from it, and let it shape you into a better version of yourself. Watch as the magic of atomic habits slowly but surely transforms your life. And always remember, the power of habit change lies in your hands. Start small, be consistent, and watch as atomic habits transform your life. Key points from the book. 1. Introduction. The power of atomic habits. Small habits, when repeated, can lead to remarkable results. The compound effect of tiny changes over time is crucial. 2. The fundamentals of atomic habits. Habits are a compound interest of self-improvement. Changes that seem small and unimportant at first will compound into remarkable results if you're willing to stick with them. 3. How habits work. Habits follow a cue, craving, response, reward loop. Understanding and manipulating this loop can help in building or breaking habits. 4. The 4 laws of behavior change. Cue, craving, response, reward can be reshaped by using the laws. Make it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. In contrast, breaking habits involves making them invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. 5. The first law, make it obvious. The more obvious an action is, the more likely it is to become a habit. Use cues that are already a part of your routine to trigger new habits. 6. The second law, make it attractive. Habits are attractive when associated with positive feelings. Tie habits to immediate rewards to make them more appealing. 7. The third law, make it easy. Reduce friction and make it as easy as possible to perform desired habits. Focus on the small, manageable steps to initiate change. 8. The fourth law, make it satisfying. Habits are more likely to stick if they are rewarding. Immediate rewards are crucial for building long-term habits. 9. Advanced tactics. How to go from being merely good to being truly great. Focus on getting 1% better every day rather than making drastic changes. Optimize for the starting line, not the finish line. 10. The downside of creating good habits. Small bad habits can lead to significant negative outcomes over time. Awareness of negative habits is essential for change. 11. How to break a bad habit. Identify the cues and rewards that drive bad habits. Substitute a new routine for the old one while keeping the cue and reward. 12. Advanced tactics, the myth of time management, discipline, and willpower. Environment plays a crucial role in shaping habits. Design it to support positive behaviors. Focus on systems and processes rather than relying solely on willpower. 13. How to stick with good habits every day. Use habit tracking to reinforce consistency. Celebrate small wins to maintain motivation. 14. The secret to results that last. Get back on track quickly. Missing a day or two is normal, but the key is to get back on track quickly. Avoid the all-or-nothing mindset and focus on building a habit streak. Conclusion. The secret to maximizing your odds. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Small changes, consistently applied, lead to remarkable results over time. Thank you for watching and sharing. By Book Summary by PM.